and welcome to today's YouTube episode. On today's sewing adventure, I'm going to be talking through a sewing, knitting and crochet catch-up. So let's get started. So some of you may have noticed that I haven't been on YouTube for quite a while, and the reason for this mostly is just because I've been really busy at work. So because I've been putting a bit more time in there, it means that I've had less time to do the YouTube, but that's all kind of done now, which is really good. It was good work, it was enjoyable, it was fine, but now that that's kind of done for the summer, then it means that I can put a bit more time into my YouTube now, so that is really exciting. So I'm here today, and as I said, I've got a sewing catch-up. I've got quite a few things to share with you. I have still been sewing, although not as much as usual, and I've also been working on a knitting project and also a crochet project as well. So that has been lots of fun and taking up kind of my time that I do have when I do get some spare time, and I'm going to show that to you today. I was also lucky enough to be chosen to be an Aurifil Thread artisan again this year, so I've got my welcome pack here. I'll show you that really quickly so that you can kind of see the threads that I got given, and also I can share with you my first June project, the first project of the artisan year with you. I've got that here with me as well. So quite a lot of different things that I'm going to be sharing with you, so I hope you keep watching and you enjoy the episode. So usually I talk about what I'm wearing. Today I am wearing the Cocowawa Crafts Plum dress, and the thing I love about the plum dress is it's just a little bodice which is really comfy. It's actually got a button placket down the back. I will take a photo of that to show you, and then it's got these really lovely glorious ruffles as well, just attached to the, it's not a sleeve as such, but it's kind of like a grown-on sleeve with the ruffles. So yes, and this is a viscose fabric that I got from Godmother a long time ago. I think this dress is over like 2 years old, so I have had this one for a while and I do really enjoy wearing it. And as you know, I love a floral, so of course I enjoy wearing this floral as well. Also, I just wanted to say today, thank you very much for watching my YouTube channel. I know I haven't been around for almost a month now, I think, but the subscriptions are still going up, which is amazing, and people are still watching past clips, so thank you so much for that if that is you. I really appreciate that. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, then I would love it if you could do that, and also if you could like this clip, then that would be amazing as well. As I said, it is building slowly, but it is all going in the right direction, so thank you so much for all of your support. I do really appreciate that. So I thought today I would start by showing you a very early work in progress that I've decided to make. So this fabric, you may recognize it if you've been watching my YouTube for a while. It is this gorgeous viscose fabric that I got in the fabric shop in Auckland in New Zealand 2 years ago, and I love it so much, but I haven't been able to decide what to make from it. And on Wednesday last week when I was at work, I wore my Mabel dress, the Tilly and the Buttons Mabel dress. I'll put a little clip in of me wearing that one, and I just loved wearing it so much that I thought that this fabric would be perfect. The other fabric that I've made the Mabel dress out of, the other one that I have, is also a viscose, very similar weight to this one, and I thought I'd just make another Mabel dress from this. I think it would be really stunning. So I have all the pieces cut out, they're over there, but this is one of the pieces I thought I'd show you because I have started the sharing detail on this one. So I thought, I don't know if you can see, if the camera's going to pick it up, but I thought I would show that to you. It's just got that lovely, obviously like elasticated stretch across the front there. So I am really pleased with how that sharing has gone into the viscose. It's a really good fabric for sharing because it's kind of got such a soft structure to it, and it's gone in really beautifully, so I'm happy with that. And the thread that I have used for the top stitching on that is this gorgeous magenta colour. So it's actually an Aurifil thread. It is a 50 weight. Obviously I've got that one on the top, and then on the back you can see there's the elastic, the shearing elastic, but it is a 50 weight and it is colour 4020, and that is just like the perfect colour for top stitching on this dress. So yes, very happy with the way that that has started, and I will be working on the rest of that dress over the next few days. Now, a while ago I showed you my jumper that I've been working on. It was the colourwork jumper. It is a Boyland Knitworks jumper, and it has this really lovely colourwork section on it. I think last time I showed it on YouTube I was just still on the colourwork section, but you can see now that I have done a considerable amount more. So I had this is the first time I've ever knitted a top down sweatshirt. So you start at the collar and you work your way down. So I am actually now up to the rib section on the bottom. I've done 2 rows of the rib. I think there's 20 something in total of that. So obviously I've got a wee way to go with that. And then once I've finished that, I will be working these sleeves down. It is a long sleeve jumper. So a few people have asked me if I could keep you updated with this jumper. I'm super pleased with how it has turned out, and that I haven't had any great big disasters, because I would consider myself not a very competent knitter, but I'm really pleased, I'll do a close up, of how the pattern has come out, and how nicely that's gone. Yeah, and I've picked up a few tips along the way. So in this midsection here, it's a bit bumpy because I didn't know that you had to catch the stitches behind if you went over 5 of the same colour stitch. So someone picked up on that on my Instagram, so thank you Emma for that, and told me that I needed to pick the stitches up. So the top is flat because that wasn't happening. I wasn't going over 5 stitches of the same colour. And then obviously the bottom flattens out because I knew then that I had to do that. So it is a little bit bumpy in the middle, but it's all learning, isn't it? And overall I think it has gone very well. So I am pleased with it, and I can't wait to finish it. So I don't really have terribly much more to do on that one. So hopefully that one will be finished soon, and I'll definitely keep you updated on the progress of that. Now the next project I wanted to share with you was actually a crochet one, and I am using this, I don't know if you've ever seen this before, I think they've got a special name, but it's basically 1,000 meters of yarn, and the colour changes ever so slightly as you crochet around. I am knitting my grandmother a shawl, and I will put a link below to the pattern that I am using. I got the pattern on Etsy. So this is the shawl that I am making. So obviously it's one continuous length. The colour that was in the centre before this was the green, and then like the more yellowy orange, and it just, as I said, it changes colour ever so slightly. So this is where I'm at the moment. It looks like a great big lace doily actually, doesn't it? But it's been a lot of fun to crochet actually, and I'll take photos of it so that you can see it a bit better, because I don't know that the camera's picking it up. But basically it's not really as complicated as it looks. It's just chain stitches, treble stitches, double stitches, and these ridges are created when you go through the posts of the trebles rather than the top of the chain, or like the top of the treble. I don't know if I've explained that very well, but they are actually quite simple to create. So I have had a lot of fun with that. I've also put a lot of hours into that. I think I'm up to row 31, and there are 60 rows altogether. So it seems like I'm halfway, but really I think I'm probably maybe only a quarter of the way through, because obviously each time the rows increase and they take longer. So by the time I get to row 60, it's going to be obviously the rows are going to be much longer, and it will have spread like double the distance in each direction. But I am really enjoying that one, and that's something just to chip away at whenever I have time, you know, in front of the television and things like that. So I'm really excited about that. If you want to keep getting updates on this one, then let me know. I will definitely be happy to share that with you. And I have had a few requests on my Instagram, because I have been sharing this on my Instagram, to do more of a detailed chat about it on my YouTube. So that's what I'm doing now. So if that was you, then there we go, that's it in more detail. And yeah, I'm more than happy to keep people updated on this project as well. So if you watch my YouTube often, you will know that I set myself a challenge not to buy any fabric for the month of June. And you will be pleased to know that I managed to do that. So I didn't buy any fabric in the month of June. I did buy some yarn. I bought the yarn for the crochet project that I'm working on at the moment. I think that's okay. It's not fabric. It was literally one purchase for the month. So that was absolutely fine. And it meant that I could make a start on that shawl, which was really useful too. But I didn't buy any fabric. And yesterday I actually met up with Leah from Find Me Sewing, and we had a lovely day. We went up to Islington in London, just kind of had a general mooch about, but we went to Race Stitch. So I actually went fabric shopping. I didn't buy any fabric, but I did buy something. I bought an invisible zip. So plain black invisible zip, which I need for a dress that I'm making very soon. Not the Mabel dress, a different dress that I'm going to be making. I needed this zip. Again, it's not fabric. And I'm going to be using it to make something from my stash. I figured I was there, it was better than buying it next week from Amazon or something like that. And it is a really lovely quality zip. Sometimes when you buy zips online, they're not always the best quality. So yes, that was my purchase at Race Stitch. So it was really lovely to catch up with Leah. We also had a bit of a crochet session at the pub, which was lovely too. We went for lunch and kind of just sat there and had a little crochet, which was really lovely. So a nice catch up and a bit of crafting as well, and shopping. Yeah, so things have been good. It's been busy, as I said, but things have been really, really good lately. Now the last thing I wanted to talk about today was my Aurifil welcome pack that I got delivered. I did do Instagram stories in quite a lot of detail about the pack, so I won't go into too much detail of it today, but basically this is the box that I was given with the assorted threads in. So I've got all of these different weights. So the orange ones are the 50 weights, 40 weights, 12s, and I think these might be 28s. Yes, they're 28 weights, the greys. So, and I mean, by the colour I mean the plastic bit on them. So a lovely selection of gorgeous colours there. What I used to create my June challenge was this one single thread, and I created the fabric Godmother Fleur dress. I'll pop some pictures of this one up on the screen. It is this gorgeous dress. I actually used the fabric Godmother Linnea fabric for this as well. This is a cotton one. It's got these lovely bow details down the front, and then just a gathered skirt. So that was my first challenge for the Aurifil year. And yeah, it's got pockets, it's got everything you could ever want. So that is that. It's also got the Specky Seamstress favourite, what does it say? My new favourite mate. So it's got that lovely tag in it. So that is what I used from my welcome pack, because the June challenge is to use threads from your welcome pack. So I kept that one nice and simple. So that was the box of assorted threads I got, and I also got some extra ones. So I got 2 extra floss weight threads, which are in these lovely colours here, kind of a variegated one, and then a plain kind of like caramel colour, you might say. Then I got some 8 weight. The 8 weight thread is still really good for embroidery, but it's slightly thinner than the floss. I got some 80 weight threads, which are really good for English paper piecing. The 80 weight threads are the thinnest threads that Aurifil do, and then all the finest, whichever way you look at it. And then I also got the 40x3, which is really good for clothing construction if you're making clothes with heavier kind of structure to the fabric. So that is the 40x3 weight. So really lovely threads. Thank you very much for that, Aurifil. I am really excited to be an artisan for the next year. I've got some ideas for the challenges. The challenges are have already been set for the whole year. Obviously the June challenge was to make something with your welcome pack, which I did do, and next month is to make something with scraps, and I do have an interesting idea for that, so we'll have to keep watching for that one. So that is it for today's YouTube episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. As I said, thank you so much for all your support to my YouTube channel. I do really appreciate it. It's really lovely to have people here regularly. If you have any thoughts or comments about any of the things I talked about in today's clip, then please let me know. As I said, I have been making things. I have got finished makes. I have been sewing. I know that I wasn't talking too much about my sewing in this episode, but I think it's quite nice to have a variety, and I do other crafts, so it's nice to be able to share them on here as well. So yeah, so let me know what you thought, and I'd love to hear from you, and thank you for sticking around. Sorry I haven't been here for a while, but I am planning to have more regular clips come out now that I've got the bulk of my work for this year out of the way. It would also be lovely to know what you're working on. If you want to let me know in the comments box below. I really enjoy seeing what you've got going on with your sewing, knitting and crochet as well. I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you, and I'll see you here again soon.